across the Nullarbor, but we're not on the Nullarbor at the moment. There's Joe, the lovely Flick, Lucy, is Kate, and I'm behind the camera. We haven't picked up Ralph yet. He's in Adelaide. We're having lunch at Nil, and look at that, beautiful day. Fantastic. So this is the start of the adventure, crossing the Nullarbor, which will be fantastic. So tell me when you start.
Yep, go.
All right, here we are. This is the start. We've just left Port Augusta, which is the central hub between the East Coast, West Coast, and Northern Territory. And so we're heading across. Our next stop is Ceduna. Well, not next stop, but we're going to Ceduna tonight. Going to stay there, and then we hit the Nullarbor tomorrow. So looking forward to it. It's a big drive, but somebody's got to do it. And we've got lots of country to cover, and it should be a wonderful, wonderful drive.
Yep, everyone? Yeah. Yep, here we are at Kimber. This is a big galah that's at Kimber. You can see how big it is compared to the bus. It's halfway across Australia.
Check this out. We're crossing the Nullarbor, and we're at Kimber, halfway across Australia. There you go. So Kimber on the map, to give you some idea, is in between Port Augusta and Ceduna, so in South Australia. But it's halfway across Australia. You learn something every day. There you go, gang. This is a map of Australia, and we started right down the bottom here in Melbourne. We've driven our way up to Adelaide, Port Augusta, now we're in Kimber, and we're driving across to about here tonight, Ceduna. Then we get to travel all our way over. We're going to drop down right down the bottom of Australia here and up into Perth. That is our route on this little trip, this little jaunt across the country, and looking forward to it. All right, here's the happy campers. We're at Ceduna. A bit of a big drive today, and off to Cocklebilly tomorrow, so it should be good. What do you reckon, Joe? Very good. Joe's been sitting behind me having a chat. Yep. There's Lula Bell. How you going, Lula Bell? You good gal? She's nuts. She's a crazy woman, this Lula Bell.
He's crazy, type one.
He's Wreck-It Ralph. He's already destroying things, which we love.
Very cool.
And Flickety Flick. She wants to call me Chicken Nuggets. I don't know why. She's nuts. I'm wandering down the pier at Ceduna. The gang are out there. It's actually quite a long pier, and it is an absolute magic sunset. Now check this out. This is worth a visit. You never know who you're going to meet on a pier, I tell ya. Look at this motley lot. How is it, Lulu? Lulu Bell, you enjoying yourself, Lulu Bell? Are you enjoying yourself, Lulu Bell? Flickety Flick. Joe, how is it? It's a bit windy. Wreck-It Ralph. How's the sunset? Fantastic. Here we are, Ceduna. Down at the waterfront. Kate's snapping away on her camera, and we're catching up a little video here with Mr. Wreck-It Ralph, Flickety Flick, Lula Bell, and Joe. Look at that sunset. Beautiful. So this is our last night in South Australia, and then we're heading over to WA tomorrow.
There, having fun? So we're on our way to Penang this morning. Going to have a look at some windmills. Yep, there's Peter driving.
Well, hello everyone, how are you? So we are in Penang at the moment, and Penang is well known for its many, many, many varied and wonderfully interesting windmills. So we got the gang wandering down, so we're stretching our legs before we jump in the van and we head out to Eucla, which is over in the west. Going to pass many road trains, and obviously you're going to see some roadkill and some really iconic signs today, which should be good fun. All right, Wreck-It Ralph, what do you reckon?
Oh, it's great.
Having a good time?
No, fantastic, you know.
Good to hear.
Last night was good, eh? Oh,
Last night was good.
Mexican pub.
That was Adelaide. Last night was our schnitzels. Oh, you had fish and chips.
I figured.
Now, Lucy Lou, are you having a good time, you crazy cat? Joe, are you having a good time? This is our van we're cruising around in. Are you nice and comfortable in the van, Joe?
Yes.
Good to hear. Now, little flickety flick, are you having a good time?
Yes, I am.
So as you can see, we're at Penong. Here's the gang all wandering around. Kate's ducked off to the little girls' room. We're about to jump in and head over towards Eucla. So let's get going. Yeah, this is the start of our long drive across. Last shot for 1,000 Ks. Water, food, snacks, gas, first aid, camping needs. Luckily we don't need any of that stuff. Well, we do need water and food, but we're in Penong. We're gonna go and see the windmills here, have some breakfast, and then keep moseying along. The gang have wandered into the local store here to grab some food and coffee, and then we're off. All right, here we go. We're crossing the Nullarbor now. You can see how flat and straight it is. We've had a few cars lurking around. Everyone waves to us as we drive past, which is very nice. And we're actually coming into the township of Nullarbor now. We're going to have some lunch here. It'll be an early lunch for us, but what the hell, you can do that when you're on holidays. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the journey, as they say. Here we are, heading into the border. We're going to jump over into West Australia. They're going to check on us, and then we're going to scoot on out. We've got really nothing to declare, so it should be easy.
So here we are at a little roadhouse called Cocklebetty, and there's a couple of wedge-tail eagles called Samantha and Bruce. A really original name there for Bruce. So, but Samantha's only got one eye, and that's why Samantha has to live in a cage. Not sure about Bruce, but I suppose it's keeping Samantha company. So yeah, we can't let Samantha out with only one eye. So there's the gang here, relaxing after our long drive. So I've still got a bit further to go. This is the lovely caravan park at Cocklebetty. So there's a few cars here pulled up for the night. Not a lot, but that's Cocklebetty. Not much here. There's a bit more about the story of Samantha. She was actually hit by a truck and left on the side of the road. She had badly damaged eye, wing, and broken breastbone. So they didn't know whether she'd live. They brought her back, and they kept her, and she's doing well. Bruce, the smaller eagle, got hit by a car in 2015. Was sent to Perth with a broken elbow and sent back to us, as he can't fly. So the two of them are living it out here in a bit of luxury, and I'm sure they get fed lots of mice and things like that. So this is apparently an airstrip. I can't quite work out where it is. There seems to be a lot of gravel and a lot of grass. But in an emergency, I suppose the planes would be able to land down that bit there somewhere, because there's not a lot of trees.
And we watching together. We were not a man and women. Yeah, the trailer's your one. We were one day blowing hot, next day blowing cold. One day growing restless, next day growing old. Waiting for the countdown in the summer of '81. All I want is your smile. Here we are, the 90 miles straight, Australia's longest straight road. It's 146.6 k's and we're just about to jump onto it. So it should be a bit of fun for us. If you wander out here, it's got a bit of a hill just as we go over, and then we take off. Now we've just had some morning tea, a place called Kaiguna. We're a bit all over the place with our times because we've gone through South Australian time yesterday, Central Australian time and West Australian time all in one day. So yeah, we're all a bit confused about that. Now we did ask everyone if they want to get a group shot. And the answer was a resounding no from Joe. So we're not getting a group shot here. We'll do that when we get to WA. Well, we are in WA, but when we get to Esperance or Albany. All right, Esperance is our destination today. Flickety flick and wreck it. You pumped? You excited? You ready to go?
Yes.
It's party on, you party animals.
Shut up. I don't know if it's coffee or excitement.
I think it's coffee.
Shut up.
The start of the Nullarbor. We're actually going the other way. The van's facing towards Ceduna, but we're going the other way towards Perth. So the gang is sitting in the van, chomping at the bit. We're about to pull into Nullarbor Roadhouse. And you can see here as the trucks roll on by, there's one just coming past now. There they go. And that's one of the small ones. We've got big road trains rolling through here. So here we are, the head of the bite. And we're about to walk down, there's Nullarbor head. We're about to walk down, see if we can spot some whales. So it's about a 12k diversion off the main air highway, but well worth it. Little information centre, solar panels, everything's solar. And this is the information centre. Wreck-It Ralph was wandering along. We're going to burst in there, we're going to do a bit of shopping and that in here as well. So what do you lot reckon of the view? Is it all right? Nullarbor, what do you reckon of the view? We could chuck you in it if you want us to. You can go for a bit of a swim.
I don't know how we're getting you out.
Can't get you out, but you can go for a swim. You can swim to Perth. There you go. So they've got all these little things along here where you can read and catch up on the whales. As we walk down here, though, we've got a couple of little skinks running along in front of us. It actually has signs up saying, watch out for the snakes. So safety first, look out for the snakes, and then if you get down here, then you can see the whales if they're about. So further down the cliffs, and waves are rolling into the cliffs there. Beautiful. So there we are, overlooking the Great Australian Bight. We're looking for whales, but so far, there's been no whale love for us. But the view is spectacular. It's fantastic. And here's the good looking chick, Flickety Flick.
Yay.
We're at Great Australian Bight. Checking it out, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
It's good, isn't it?
It is good.
So I've got to talk quietly, but this is Mildura. We're on Central Australian time. The gang's still asleep. Mildura time, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. West Australia time, it's 4:30 in the morning. And we just come out of South Australia, so we're probably pretty much wide awake, well I am. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So we've got some crazy time zones going on here. But yeah, so nice and early, but I get to see the sunrise. So yes, it's morning. Beautiful, like I said just before, we're in Mildura. The gang is still all asleep. Well, I hope they're still asleep anyway. I'm up early because I'm still on South Australian time. But this is our sunrise. What a magic outlook. And we're heading into Esperance today, so it should be a good drive. It was 32 degrees yesterday as we drove along, so we've got great weather for this trip here. And looking forward to hitting Esperance and Albany and then back into Perth. So Flick, how was your breakfast this morning?
Good.
We're overlooking Mildura. Look at the view out there. Ralph, what did you think?
Oh, excellent. You know, I had a breakfast, coffee.
You did have coffee. We've got a bit of a drive to find decent coffee, granted, but the view makes up for it, doesn't it, Ralph?
Yes, indeed, right, indeed.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, no, I'll try to lose that lay, eh?
And here's Lucy. She's having breakfast overlooking Mildura, well, back across towards South Australia. Hey, you going there, Nullarbor?
Yeah.
Do you like big butts and you cannot lie? Your brothers can't deny. So we're at Balladonia Roadhouse and Flickety Flick wandered off and then I saw it in here patting the camel. So what do you reckon? It's pretty interesting. Vacuum surface, Perth to Adelaide. Now that would be a long haul. Red X23. Sandalwood wine. So they've got lots and lots of history back here. So lots of history. Oh, this is the Red X Rally trial. or Red X Rally. So here's our lunch spot for the day. We're overlooking a salt pan. We're 100 k's out of Norseman in WA. So coming towards the end of the Nullarbor Plain. And we've been enjoying lunch with the flies. They're very, very friendly here. But we just saw this place. Ralph came up with the idea, let's have lunch here. So we'll just blame him about the flies. But it actually is a good place to go for lunch. So we're down in a salt flat now, and you can see down here, flies are still pretty friendly down here as well. But, it's quite a big expanse. And we're still, you know, what is it, 80, 90 k's out of Norseman. This has been our lunch spot just here. Is Flickety Flick, Wreck-It Ralph. There's Kate up there. Joe's opted to stay in the van and guard it with her life, which is good. But it's beautiful here. The weather's good. What do you reckon, Lula Bell? The weather good too?
Yeah.
You'll be in your bikini shortly, I know, won't you? Yeah. I'm not wearing my bikini today, that'll be tomorrow. So this is our breakfast view. We're overlooking the water. Pretty cool. We're just sitting in the motel. So it's a pretty cool view. Yeah, it is raining, granted, but you know, it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. So we've just spent quite a bit of the morning wandering around these quaint little shops here. They're not gift shops, they're just quaint little crafty shops, clothes, scents, art, museums and things like that. So it's been a very good morning and a really good coffee in there as well. We're heading on into the Esperance Museum. Check it out and see what's happening in there. Should be good. So inside the museum we got a pilot boat just here. He's not doing too much piloting now. The gang wandering around. This is one of the whaling vats. They used to boil up the fat. Literally boil the fat, so put the whale and the seal blubber in there, boil it up into a liquid, and then utilise it. So Flickety Flick showing us all the shells and the cupboard here. Turtle there as well. Green turtle. So the museum has a whole lot of just knick-knacks, weird and wonderful stuff. So I'm not sure if anyone remembers Skylab, so there's interesting bits and pieces about Skylab that came down obviously around here. If you're into cars, there's a whole lot of car badges just here. Chrysler, Ford, Kingswoods, there's Commodores, Toyota, Standard, a Datsun Tundra B, Renaults, Hunter, Manta, never heard of Manta, DeSoto. Weird and wonderful. So we got some of the old sewing machines, a couple of the old Coolgardie safes, which I'm not sold on the idea that these actually kept anything cool at all, but there you go. All the many telephones. And obviously people these days probably have no idea how to use many of these, but we do remember using those, and that's the telephone exchange. I don't remember ever seeing one of them or using one of them. I'm not that old. Here's an old Austin, a 1925 Austin 7. This one, see here, says not so much as a car, but a member of the family. The old rack where they used to throw the fleece of the sheep on there. And then the press here. I have used one of these in the past many times when I was in a former life. They're a lot of work and you can't get the bales that tight, but yeah, they work, they do work. So we're under the whale fin here on Esperance Harbour. Just taking a photo, and yeah, that is the harbour out there. So that's where all their freight come in and out. So it's quite a busy little port, this one. So we just had Thai for dinner, overlooking the water as the sun went down. Absolutely beautiful. We walked from the motel up here, and then we're going to walk back to give ourselves a little bit of exercise. Because we wandered around a bit today, but we need more exercise. So this is the Pink Lake, even though it's not very pink at the moment, but it's certainly quite a big size. And depending on the seasons, obviously it changes and whatnot. We've driven the van down as close as we dare with the sand. And I don't think it's going to go any further because we don't want to get bogged. So I started pushing Lucy out, and literally about a metre and a half from where she's sitting there, it gets boggy. So you don't want to walk out too far. We've got mud all over her wheelchair, but she's going bush. She's in the four-wheel drive wheelchair now. So we are at Esperance Stonehenge. So it's a replica of the UK Stonehenge. So each of those stones standing up are 38 to 50 tonnes each. The ones at the top weigh between 15 to 20 tonnes each. Said to the gang, so put it in comparison, the van we're driving around, Mercedes Sprinter, weighs about 2 tonnes. So these are pretty damn heavy. So we're at Lucky Bay, and we've got all the wildflowers. So the wildflowers are popping out this time of year. What do you reckon, Ralph?
Oh, decent.
It's nice here. So this is the National Park out around Esperance. Beautiful scenery, beautiful. All right, magic of the beach. We even got Nullarbor down here. Beautiful, look at that. 22 kilometres to the next beach down there. You can drive along here, but we won't because we're in a two-wheel drive van. Now the sand is pretty tough, solid, but we don't want to get stuck. Look at that beautiful clear water. Fantastic. So these flowers were at Hellfire Bay, and these flowers smell very, very nice. So we're just wandering along the path here and wandering down to the water. We don't know what we're going to find, but we will learn in the next couple of minutes what's down there. So this is the Hellfire Beach, which is looks very, very nice. Oh, Lucy Lou, she's having to stand up and a gander. Just the gang are chilling. And Joe's relaxing on a seat behind us, aren't you, Joe? Here we are down at Lucky Bay National Park. We're actually bringing the Merc onto the beach. I hope you can hear me because there's a fair bit of wind flowing, and the water looks absolutely magic. So we got Lucy in the drink, and she's getting bogged. We've got to get her out before it takes her wheelchair. Well, hey, here comes the water. We'll have to leave her there for a bit longer. So there's meant to be a bird sanctuary around here. I can hear chirping, but obviously not on the beach. So let's go and have a look. We've just, Lucy and I nearly gave a snake a little kiss just then. But luckily it slithered off into the bush. So we're up on this beautiful cliff here overlooking the water. It's our last stop for today. But look at the view. Absolutely magic. We've had some people say to us that we're lunatics for going this far and getting old Lucy up here in the wheelchair, but you know what? It's bloody good fun. You just got to do it, haven't you? So we left Esperance today and we're in Albany. It was about a 4.5 hour drive, and this is the main drag of Albany. Significantly busier than Esperance. That's all happening here. The heartbeat of the West. All right, today this is our form of transport. We're going to jump on this King George Sound safari boat and go out and hopefully see some whales. And then we're changing our itinerary a little bit for today. We're not going to do a convict museum. We're going to go across to the whaling station because that's really uniquely Albany and West Australian. So you've got to do things that are unique when you're on holidays. So here we are. I've got the gang on the boat. Yes, Lucy's on there. Isn't she, darling? You got Joe chilling there, flickety flick. Ralph's inside chewing the fat with old Mark, Captain Mark. So we're good to go. Just waiting for some other victims, and then we're right.
Spin you around.
New skipper is Wreck-It Ralph. We're all doomed, I think.
That way.
Oh no, we're in good hands now.
Lots. I don't know degrees. Just lots. See that red pole? Stop. See the red pole? Back this way. See it? Huh?
Ralph's in the zone.
See it? I'm heading straight for it. The red pole. The beach. Yes? Hey? No? Let go for a sec, man.
All right, our crew's in the water already. We haven't even left the harbour yet. Got Captain Wreck-It Ralph on the job. And there's Darling. Hello, Darling. Fader boy Ralph. How was it? It was good?
Oh, it's great. Look.
You'll have to get a job cruising around skippering boats.
Got my job, Captain. Turn.
Yeah.
Keep turning. That's it, keep turning.
Look at him Flick's captaining the boat. You doing a good job, Flick? Chicken nuggets?
That's right.
This is said to be the best beach in Australia, apparently. Over on the distance there's some oyster leases, so we can go and eat some oysters maybe later, who knows? Crazy things have happened. Part of the oyster leases. Rusty whaling ship, there you go.
Changed tours, a whale chaser. It used to hunt whales. In 1978, they stopped whaling.
These are the gills or the baleen that filters through all the food. And this is a humpback whale. These are all the variety of whales, from the beaked whale, fin whale, pygmy right whales, sperm whales, minke whales, humpbacks, killer whales, grey whale. They got it all there. So this is a pygmy blue whale, 22 metres long. It was beached in Albany Harbour in 1973. So the pygmy blue whale's average length is 23 metres. Weight was 74.4 tonne. And they used to eat krill and small fish. Not even proper diets, I don't think. And here's where they used to boil the blubber down. What do you reckon, wreck it? Tough gig. I reckon it was really hot in here because those boilers are going, plus it's warm or hot in summer and noisy, no earmuffs. So all the OH&S is obviously taken care of here, not. So this is a description of the flensing deck, which is exactly how they left it in 1978 when they walked away. They'd haul a shark up, haul a whale up here. And Ralph will be there with his flensing tool. The hoists are, the winches are there. The flensing tool looks like a big hockey stick with a really sharp blade on it. They put it onto the timber deck there and they start skinning it. They'd have special boots on with cleats so they could climb on top of the whale without slipping off. All done very, very meticulously, I bet. This was a shark cage, so when they were out, apparently it never got used out, this flat rock just out there, the shark cage would go down and it would check the pipe that would load up the tankers with the whale oil. If there was a problem, then the shark cage got used because sharks were all through this water. Apparently the water was blood red most of the time from the whale shark, from the whale's blood, and the sharks nibbling at it. All the little cherubs, look at them just standing there. They're like statues. But this is the whale, the end of our trip around Albany. Was it good? Did you enjoy the whaling station? So there you go. Now, Joe, we're going to go shopping because Joe wants to go shopping. So we're inside the whaling station. Well, not right inside, but we're inside the entry of it. And they've got thousands and thousands of shells here. Joe's seen the shop and wants to go shopping, don't you, Joe?
Yeah.
Because you like a bit of shopping. You're a bit partial to spending money at the shops.
Now here's darling. What are you, darling? We're inside Lucky Chan's, darling.
This is like I said, our last dinner together. And this is inside the laundromat. Last night together, we come to Lucky Chan's Laundry for a dinner. Now that does sound funny, but yes, we are doing it. So apparently there's a restaurant behind the laundromat. I saw this on postcards or Getaway or something. I thought, right, we've got to give this a go. So this is where we are today.